There was this story that came up over and over again, which was that you'd go to a shop and there's some big names that dominate the market, and I think they still do basically. And you'd be kind of measured, and then you'd be shown some bras, and there'd be one that you'd like and loads that you didn't like, and the one that would fit you would be inevitably from the don't like pile. And I think there's something actually, it's not quite a trauma, but it's getting there to have to wear as like an intimate product, which is supposed to be a kind of expression of your sexuality, really, a lot of the time, for that to be something that you're not really comfortable with, or doesn't represent you, or you don't feel is a good fit for your sense of style and the kind of identity that you've developed. That's really hard, and I think it leads people to kind of resent their body. And for me, that's a disaster. You should, like, the kind of the miracle of being born into this physical form and the amazing things that we can do. I could take a real dive into some deep hippie sort of narrative now, but like just the unlikeliness of like evolving to have opposable thumbs and the incredible stuff that humans can do, but then we still being made to feel like it's not enough, like we're not good enough, we're wrong, or not as good as other people. And I think it's those experiences, even though they're tiny in the kind of day-to-day, but it's those experiences of not fitting an item which is sold as being something that you must have and part of your femininity or part of your identity, and then it doesn't fit you and you feel uncomfortable and unhappy with that. They are quite significant experiences, and it comes down to the fact that we're set on mass producing stuff. We're set on making something identical over and over again and then telling people that their body is wrong when it doesn't fit them. But actually, for a lot of garments, that process is wrong. It can't ever fit the multitude of variations that exist in the female form. And so it's luck. It's luck when it fits you. And standard sizing, like I am actually doing a bit of research into standard sizing at the moment because I'm doing an MA. And standard sizing is one of these myths that it's like, oh, humans came up with this amazing idea, standard sizing. But it was never good. It was never like effective. The first time that they created standard sizing, they were measuring women in the United States, and the women that wanted to take part in the study were undernourished. So even that very first time, they got this, the sizing was all developed for a particular type of woman, and she wasn't a healthy woman even back then. So we have this problem now, like, 60, 70 years later, where we kind of take standard sizing for granted, like that's how it works. I'm the one who doesn't fit it properly. I mean, it's not true. It never worked, but it's just a way of bringing production costs down and driving profits up. And so I'm really about kind of how important it is to talk about that and to make sure that people realise that their body is totally good and wonderful and like a miracle that it even exists. And if it means, well, I'm going to take the extra time to make this bra fit you, then that's my pleasure to do that. And to kind of have a relationship with the people that I make for, not just send them stuff and they send it back to me and who knows what happened, or they wear it, but really we've stopped at that point. Little Black Pants Club is about developing a kind of closer understanding between me and the members of what it is I'm doing, why it is I'm doing it, and how much I want it to work properly for them. And I see that as an act of care, and I also see it as a reflection onto the kind of future that will suit humans better and will kind of take us forward.